If you're tight on time, but your shoulders and hips are also tight, then I think you're gonna like today's practice. We're going to work on balancing the hips and opening up the shoulders in about 30 minutes or so. We'll see how we do. All you'll need for your practice is 2 blocks. A blanket's optional if you need extra padding. Welcome to Throughline Yoga with Cassie. I'm Cassie. Let's start lying on our backs. Take your blocks with you into a Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined cobbler's pose. Soles of the feet come together. The heels come as close to your hips as is comfortable, and then you're going to use your blocks as little kickstands underneath the knees. I like to place the flat edge underneath the knees and then have them at an angle. And once you get your blocks placed, go ahead and find eagle arms. So take your arms out to a T and then right arm underneath the left, wrapping once or twice. And you can wiggle the shoulders a little bit side to side, lift the elbows slightly, press the arms into one another. So we're active in the shoulders, but sort of passively opening the hips here, which is a really nice way to start. And close your eyes and observe a couple rounds of everyday breathing. And then after your next exhale, unwind. And then take the left arm underneath. Lifting the elbows, softening the jaw and the neck. Noticing how your shoulders are feeling. And then inhale, gently unwind the arms. Remove your blocks and take your feet as wide as the mat and find cactus arms. Now, if this feels like a lot in the shoulders, you could place blankets underneath the arms here, just the arms, not the whole upper back. And you can also take the arms out to a T. But go ahead and rock the knees side to side, little gentle windshield wiper action. So internally rotating the legs, externally rotating the legs. And then take the feet parallel on your mat. You can keep the cactus arms for a moment here if it feels good. Lift the right leg into the air and then take the right ankle to the left thigh. Press that right knee away from you. You could stay here, or maybe you thread the fingers behind the left thigh. Maybe rocking back and forth. Set the left foot down, straighten the right leg and set it down. Let's do the other side again. You can have your cactus arms here to start. Maybe you stay here as you take that left ankle to the right thigh, and then maybe you clasp the opposite finger on top behind the right thigh. And if you're feeling really tight in the hips, just notice if you're clenching anywhere and see if you can release any tension in the face. Set the right foot down, straighten the left leg and set it down. Good, feet are parallel again. Press the heels down, pull the knees forward, and then walk the arms underneath the body and clasp the hands underneath your butt. And really try and press the tops of the shoulders into your mat as you lift the hips. On your next exhale, lower the hips slightly, release the clasp, take the opposite thumb on top, and then lift. Keep pressing the arms and the shoulders into your mat. And release the hands, lower all the way down. Good, roll over onto one side and come on up to all fours. tabletop position. My teacher, Rodney, does thread the needle by taking the elbow up instead of the entire arm, and I really like it. So on your next inhale, take the left elbow up, look to the left, and on your exhale, thread it underneath the right arm, set the left shoulder down, and then walk the right fingertips forward, tent the fingers, press the back of the left hand into the ground. You can keep the right arm here, or you can take it behind you to the low back, or maybe even grabbing onto the top of the left thigh. So opening up that right collarbone. On your next inhale, come up and wind, elbow up, and exhale, set it down. Take the left leg long on your mat. Sole of the foot comes to your mat. Inhale, reach the left arm up and over the ear. Get really long in the left side body. And then take the hand behind the head. So you're sort of cradling the head here. And look up toward the ceiling. Keep the elbow drawing toward the midline. Option to find a little half moon by picking up the left leg. And after you have the leg lifted, set it down. Left toes tuck. Come to three-legged dog with the right leg up. Bend the right knee and really feel the hip in the hip socket as you make circles with that right knee, one direction then the other. And then find your three-legged dog again, straightening the leg, look forward, and step the right foot between the hands. Find your blocks, take both hands to your blocks and just rock a little bit forward and back for a runner's lunge. Getting extension in the back hip, flexion in the front hip. Good. And then hands to the mat, step back, three-legged dog, and set it down. Inhale forward to plank, set the knees down. Inhale the right elbow up this time, and exhale, thread the needle. Good. Walk the left fingertips forward, tent the fingers. You can stay here, or maybe you find a half bind. Left fingers come behind the back toward the top of the right thigh. Opening the left collarbone. Press the bottom hand into your mat. Inhale to unwind. All the way, elbow up, and set the right hand down. Good. Right toes come back. Sole of the foot comes onto the mat. Inhale the right arm up and over the ear. Take the hand behind the head, cradle the head, look up, and breathe. Option to pick up that right leg. And set the right toes down, right hand comes to the mat. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg up. Bend the knee. Make circles, really feel it here. Take it slow. Make sure you go in both directions. A little clicky in one hip. Good, then straighten the leg, look forward, step forward. Hands to blocks. Runner's lunge. Rock a little bit forward and back. Good. Hands to your mat, step back to your three-legged dog. Downward facing dog. Walk the hands forward. Standing forward bend, Uttanasana. Take your hands to blocks if the hamstrings feel a little tight. And then maybe you clasp the hands behind the low back. Shrug the shoulders, reach the hands away from you, shake the head no. And then on your inhale, release the clasp, rise up, Utkatasana, chair pose, bounce a little. On your next inhale, press through the heels, reach all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Good. Now take a giant step out to face the long edge of your mat. You can face the camera or computer so you can see me. Good. And then hands to hips, parallel the feet as you reach the chest forward, forward, forward. Take the hands underneath the shoulders. You can wiggle the hips a little side to side. Left hand comes underneath the head. Inhale, reach the right arm up. You can take the elbow up, or maybe the arm comes up straight. I find it a little bit easier to get the open twist here than in the regular thread the needle. Good, and then on your exhale, thread the right arm underneath the left, grab on anywhere onto the left leg. Good, and release both hands to the ground. Bend one knee and then the other. Go back and forth, side to side here. Any amount. So don't go to your fullest expression, especially if you feel any clenching in the jaw or holding of the breath. Good, and then walk the hands forward to the front of your mat. Set the left knee down, untuck the toes, anchor through the tailbone as you lift up. Invert the palms, reach them up toward the ceiling, lift the chest, lift your gaze for a low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Anchor through that back foot. And then exhale, palms down, tuck the back toes, three-legged dog, right leg up. Keep the leg straight, but open the right toes to the right, look underneath the right arm, and then toes back to face the mat. Look forward, step forward. This time, sole of the left foot comes onto your mat. Take the left hand to the low back. Right hand finds your block. Take it at its highest height. Let's make it easy. And then come onto the back toes. We're coming into half moon. So if balance is a challenge, you can use 2 blocks or you can come up against the wall. Okay, so pressing off of the back foot, take your block forward, slightly to the right. Once you find your stability, open up to the left from the head to toes. Good, and just keep the left hand on the low back. It's a little more shoulder action here. It kind of feels nice. And soften the face, and then very gently land back to triangle, hands to the mat, downward facing dog. Walk the feet forward, halfway lift. Exhale to fold, grab opposite elbows. Rock side to side, shake the head no. Good. On your next inhale, hinge at the waist, come all the way up to mountain pose. Good. I'm going to rotate so you can still see me as we come to the other side. So again, taking a giant step out side of your mat, and you can do the same if you want, or just do the other side. Okay, good. Hands to hips, reach the chest forward, and hands underneath the shoulders. Good. Left hand underneath, right hand underneath, left elbow up, and exhale. Thread the arm underneath, grabbing onto the right leg. Gaze underneath the right arm. And gently release. Turn the toes with the left foot in front for your runner's lunge. And then set the right knee down. Untuck the toes. Interlace the fingers, invert the palms, reach the hands up. Lift the chest, lift the gaze over the tip of the nose. And on your exhale, release, step back, three-legged dog. Good, open the toes to the left and point them back down to face the mat. And then look forward, step forward. Back foot comes down, find your block underneath the left hand. Right hand to the low back for a brief triangle. Then spin off the back toes and press off the back toes for half moon to the other side. Open up once you find your foundation. Soften your gaze and breathe. Good, and then bend the front knee to softly land back down. Hands to the mat. Step back to downward facing dog. Couple more breaths right here. And lower to your knees. Good. Find your blocks. I'll come to face the front again. Take your blocks at their highest height, sit on your heels, and you'll take your elbows to the blocks, interlace the hands. And then let your head fall between the blocks as you press the backs of the upper arms, your triceps into the blocks. So you're not just letting the shoulder blades pinch together, but you're actively pressing. And maybe the thumbs reach the base of the neck. Take the opposite thumb on top. And on your next inhale, come on up. Good. Set your blocks aside. Come to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, right leg comes up, bend and open. And then keep the knee bent, but point it back toward your mat. Look forward, pull the knee high up into the chest. And then set the knee behind the right wrist as you lower down onto the back leg. Walk that left leg long and untuck the toes. If this is a lot, have a block underneath that right hip or a blanket. And if you're just not a pigeon fan, you can take a figure 4 shape on your back like this. Okay? So find your pigeon. And you can melt over that front leg, but keep pressing the toes into your mat. And come onto your forearms. Pick up the left arm, reach it around back and behind you toward the low back, maybe even to the top of that right thigh as you open up that left collarbone. And don't let that back foot sickle. Try and keep all 5 toes pressing down into the mat. Release your jaw. And then release your bind. Hands to the mat. Lean to your right. Pick up the left leg, swing it around. And take the foot outside the right knee. Left fingertips behind. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, hug the knee. Bend the elbows away from one another. Twisting from the feet to the hips, to the spine, to the head. And then release. Take the right fingertips behind, left fingertips up. And exhale, left elbow inside Left knee twisting to your right. Elbow and knee press into one another. Good. Inhale to release. Swing the leg around. Three-legged dog. Downward facing dog. On your next inhale, left leg comes up. Bend and open. Keep the knee bent as you point it back to the mat. Pull the knee high up into the chest as you come forward, and then set it down behind the left wrist. Right leg comes long. And then slowly lowering down to your forearms or to your blocks or your figure four shape on your back. And then come onto the left forearm. Reach around with the right hand and place it on the low back or reach for the left inner thigh. Look over your right shoulder. And release the arm. Roll a little bit to your left to swing the right leg around. Right foot outside the left knee. Inhale, left fingertips up. And exhale, hug the knee. And turn. Inhale to unwind, left fingertips behind, right arm up. Exhale, elbow inside, right knee. Inhale, gently unwind. Swing the leg around, hands to the mat. Step back, three-legged dog. Downward facing dog. We'll walk the feet to the front of your mat. Find a halfway lift. And then fold. Straighten the legs. Let the head be really heavy. And with each exhale, empty the belly a little bit more. Clasp the hands behind the head. And then release the clasp. Take your hands to your hips. Hinge at the waist to rise all the way up. Good. Take a step out to the side. Parallel the feet. And reach the chest forward. Let your hands come to the ground. Let your head come to the ground or to a block. And then take your peace fingers and thumb to your big toes. Bend the elbows and pull the big toes forward. Evenly grounding in the feet, lifting the kneecaps by engaging the quadriceps here. And release the toes. Hands underneath shoulders. Inhale, straighten the arms. And then again, bending one leg then the other, a little skandasana. Maybe you come off the toes. So you come side to side, a little deeper side lunge. Any amount. Good. And then hands to the mat. Shuffle the feet closer together. And then hands to hips. Rise all the way up. And then hop or step the rest of the way. Come to the top of your mat again. Inhale, reach the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, gaze up. Exhale, fold, standing forward bend. Good, take the feet a few inches apart and then see if you can pick up the feet and place the palm underneath them. So the big toes touch the wrist crease. Let the head be heavy and then Press the feet into the hands, pull the hands into the feet. And carefully remove the hands. Take the feet a little bit wider, and then toes can come out at a slight angle. Lower the hips. Come to a malasana squat. Now, if you need to sit up on blocks, go ahead and sit on blocks. Maybe you come all the way down, and if the blocks aren't enough, then you can hang out here. This is a lot of work going on in the quads, so any variation works. If you're lower down into blocks or between the calves, take the palms together, press the elbows into your knees, lift the chest. You can rock a little side to side. Good. And then very gracefully come back and find a seat. Good. Sit up on a block. Simple cross-legged position. Hands to hips, or thighs rather. Lift the chest. Notice which shin is in front. So my right shin is in front. On your inhale, take the arms out to the side. Whichever shin is in front, that same side arm is going to come underneath. So if your right shin is in front, take the right arm underneath the left for eagle arms. And inhale to lift the elbows, wiggle the side waist long. And exhale, hollow the belly, round the spine. Elbows come into the chest. Inhale, roll forward onto the sitting bones. Lift the elbows, lift the gaze, and unwind. Good. Take the opposite shin in front. And then on your next inhale, arms come out wide. Exhale, opposite arm underneath. Garudasana, lift the elbows, draw the low ribs in, press the hands into one another. And exhale, heavy the tailbone, round the spine, elbows come in, head falls. Last time, inhaling up, release. Good, come off your block. And take it with you. Come to lie on your back. Good. Just for a moment, take your feet wide as your mat, toes pointing in. Let the knees rest on one another and take your palms to your low belly. Constructive rest. You can close your eyes and return to your natural everyday breath. And take the feet parallel, so the knees are no longer touching. Grab your block. Push the heels down to lift the hips, and then place the block underneath your sacrum. Good. Take your palms so they're face down on your mat. Press the tops of the shoulders into the mat. Supported bridge. Very little effort here. And then you can pick up the feet, straighten the legs, just enough to feel your sacrum flat on the block. Keep pressing the shoulders into your mat. My stomach's making noises. I don't know if you can hear that. Good, and then carefully set the feet down. Pick up the hips, remove your block. Coming into Shavasana, your choice. You can take a traditional Shavasana with the arms and legs straight out, or if you really liked that reclined cobbler's pose we started in, you can come there with the blocks underneath the knees, and this time have your palms on the low belly. Your choice, but go ahead and set up as comfortably and symmetrically as you can, and then find stillness. Shavasana. You're welcome to stay here for as long as you like. And since this is a 30-minute class, I'll talk you out of it. If you have blocks underneath the knees, go ahead and remove your blocks and fold the legs together. If you're in traditional Shavasana, go ahead and step your feet to the mat, and then let's all roll over onto our right side using our right arm as a pillow for a moment, hugging the knees into the chest. And then take your left hand to the mat, press yourself up very slowly, and come to find a seat on a block to close out your practice. And take your palms together at the center of the chest. Notice how you feel. Maybe there's a little more space, a little more ease. Maybe the quality of the breath has changed. See if you can take that sense of openness and ease with you into the rest of your day. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste. Beautiful work. Take care.